There are no accidents when it comes to destiny. If you're watching this right now, it's because something inside you knows. You're not just hoping for a breakthrough. You're standing on the edge of it. This is your moment. Not next week. Not someday. Right now. You've been through enough to break most people. But you didn't quit. You stayed faithful when it would have been easier to walk away. You showed up when no one clapped. And heaven took note. That's why tonight isn't just another night. It's sacred. It's marked. It's the moment your obedience meets opportunity. What once felt stuck is about to move. What once felt delayed is about to be delivered. And it's not by chance, it's by design. So lean in, breathe deep, get ready. Because the reward that's been building in the unseen is about to show up in your reality. And before we go further, do 3 simple things to lock in this energy. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and join this growing family of warriors. Drop 55 in the comments if your spirit already feels the fire rising. That number, it's more than a symbol. It's your agreement with what heaven is releasing right now. When you type it, you're saying, I'm ready. If you've ever needed confirmation, this is it. You didn't miss it. You didn't fall behind. You were being set up for this very moment. And now, it's your time. Let's step into it together. You are not here by accident. If you feel the pull, the knowing deep inside that you are chosen, this is your moment. Click the super thank you button and give $20 or more to unlock deeper insights, exclusive content, and a path that aligns with your divine purpose. This isn't just a contribution, it's a declaration, a step toward who you were meant to be. Answer the call, walk with us, and step fully into your destiny. Your journey begins now. Of all the nights you've walked through, some full of tears, others thick with silence, this one is different. This one carries weight. You didn't just arrive here, you were led. And deep in your spirit, you can sense it. Something sacred is about to break open in your life. This isn't hype, it's heaven's whisper. A shift is underway, and it has your name written into its very timing. This hour holds the kind of power that redefines seasons. What once felt far away, tonight draws near. Not in theory, but in tangible, unmistakable ways. You're about to witness doors unlock without keys. You're about to walk into rooms you didn't even know were built for you. Why? Because the divine has spoken. This is your appointed moment. What you've endured was never overlooked. Every act of faith in the dark has been counted. Every tear has been caught. And now the answer is coming. Sudden, overflowing, undeniable. The release is not partial. It's not conditional. It's total. God doesn't give sparingly. He gives on purpose. You're not just receiving blessings tonight. You're being elevated. Not only materially, but spiritually. Peace like a river begins to rise within. Unexpected alignments start appearing. Restoration begins not with noise, but with clarity. You'll know it's divine because it comes with no chaos, just confirmation. And here's what makes this night holy: the exchange that happens between you and the Creator. This is more than answered prayer. This is divine intimacy, a moment where presence replaces pressure, where direction replaces confusion, where love becomes a language you not only feel, but understand. You'll sense it in your spirit before it shows up in your hands. It might come as an unshakable calm, a nudge to reach out, a flash of vision about what's next. But one thing is certain, you won't leave this moment unchanged. God is not a God of halfway. When He moves, He transforms. So make space, speak boldly, breathe in the weight of what's happening around you. You are standing in a living encounter, a supernatural intersection between everything you've been through and everything you've been promised. Let your faith rise. Let your heart stay wide open. You're not just being blessed, you're being called forward. You are not on the sidelines, you're in motion. And what unfolds from this moment forward will not only shift your life, it will echo through generations. This night is marked, and so are you. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Proverbs 18:21, NKJV. Think of your words like a key in God's ignition. The engine's already built. The vehicle is sitting in your driveway. Heaven has filled the tank, but nothing moves until you turn the key. And tonight, it's time to turn it. You've driven through storms. You've waited at red lights that never seemed to change. You've sat in park while others passed you by. But God didn't forget. He was customizing your route. And now, tonight, something shifts. This moment carries a weight, a holiness, a charge. It's not hype, it's harvest. After all the nights you've wrestled in silence, all the days you've stayed faithful with no spotlight, something divine is stirring. Not because you tried harder, but because now it's your time. There's something sacred about this night. You can't explain it, but you can feel it. The air feels thicker, the quiet feels louder, and something inside your chest says, pay attention. That's not just emotion, it's alignment. It's your spirit recognizing the nearness of God. This is not a regular night. It's an appointed moment, a spiritual window that only opens when preparation meets permission. And baby, the window is wide open. You're not just standing in faith anymore. You're standing in authority. Your words aren't just hopeful, they're heavy with power. When you speak tonight, you're not just saying things, you're releasing them. Like a farmer dropping seed into ready soil, your declarations are planting miracles. And this ground, it's been tilled by tears, prayer, and persistence. Heaven's not waiting for perfection. Heaven is responding to your faith. This is the moment where your declarations build more than atmosphere. They build reality. It's not imagination, it's manifestation. The power of life and death didn't disappear. It's still resting in your mouth. And now that your heart is aligned, your voice is dangerous, in the best way possible. Don't whisper what God told you to proclaim. Don't apologize for the promises that were spoken over you in private. Don't shrink back just because others don't see it yet. They're not supposed to. This moment is between you and God. Tonight, when you speak, don't just talk. Build. Call in the healing. Command peace to reign. Speak to your finances with authority. Release the restoration you've cried for. Bless your children by name. You're not begging anymore. You're walking in the boldness of inheritance. Remember, effort opens nothing without alignment. But when alignment hits, everything flows. And it's flowing now. The Holy Spirit doesn't need volume to move, but it does require your participation. He waits for your yes. He honors your boldness. He responds to your belief. And when your belief becomes your voice, miracles don't just visit, they move in. Dear brothers and sisters, may the peace of God fill your hearts today. I come to remind you of a profound truth. Our lives are firmly established in God's divine purpose, untouched by the fleeting worries of this world. As Scripture tells us, give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. Luke 6:38. Like the mighty oak whose roots are planted deep in rich soil, our foundation is anchored in God's eternal truth. Every move we make, every stand we take, is upheld by His enduring strength. Today, you have the opportunity to participate in this divine blessing. By clicking the Super Thank You button and offering a gift of $50, you will sow into a harvest that will return to you many times over in God's abundant grace. So here's the truth. Your voice is a vessel, and tonight, God fills it with fire. Speak life over your home. Speak breakthrough over your body. Speak vision into your tomorrow. Speak now, because heaven is listening. This isn't about hype. This is about holy rhythm, and you just stepped into it. Don't let this moment pass you by, waiting for a louder confirmation. This is your confirmation. The ground is shifting, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. You are chosen. You are aligned. You are anointed. And this moment answers your obedience. So speak like you know what time it is. Speak like you know who you are. Speak like you know it's already done. Because tonight, the atmosphere isn't just charged, it's ripe. And your words are the trigger. But this isn't just about outcomes. It's about alignment. It's not about asking for what looks good. It's about walking in what's already yours, your deepest desires. They're not random. They're placed there by divine intention. When your will locks arms with God's plan, flow begins. Not force, not struggle, flow. And in that divine current, the things you need begin to show up without striving. Provision comes, peace multiplies, love expands, not because you chased them, but because you positioned yourself to receive. That's the beauty of divine manifestation. It doesn't just hand you something, it transforms you into someone. And tonight, that transformation deepens, not just in your bank account, not just in your relationships, but in your being. The restoration begins in the quiet places, where your heart's been bruised, where your mind has questioned, where your body has carried what your mouth couldn't say. But now, a release begins. Grace starts filling those cracked places, and what was once heavy begins to lift. This is not imagination. This is impartation. Healing doesn't creep in timidly. It arrives boldly. Restoration doesn't whisper. It resounds. You feel it in your breath. You notice it in your stillness. You sense it as your thoughts shift from fear to peace. God's hand touches more than your circumstance. It rewires your whole experience. This night is more than a moment. It's a mirror. It reflects who you've become through every struggle you've endured. And more importantly, it reveals who you're now stepping into. No more surviving. No more shrinking. You're not waiting on breakthrough anymore. You're walking in it. Speak it. Align with it. Receive it. You don't have to strive to earn what's already flowing your way. This isn't just a miracle. It's a divine unveiling of everything that's been growing in silence. And now, chosen one, it's your time to live it out loud. There's something different about this moment. You can feel it in the atmosphere around you. The invisible weight that's been pressing on your chest for months is lifting. That's not coincidence, it's confirmation. You've carried more than most and kept walking. You've faced moments when your strength whispered it was running out, but you stayed grounded, trusting that your endurance had purpose. And now, that endurance is about to pay off. What's happening within you isn't small. It's not a tweak or a minor shift. This is a complete overhaul of what you once believed was possible for your body, your mind, and your soul. You're not just bouncing back, you're being renewed. There's a freshness rising up in you that defies explanation. It's not about returning to how things were. It's about becoming someone you've never been before. Stronger, sharper, more spiritually alert. The weariness is being replaced by vitality. Not because of rest, but but because of divine restoration. And it's not just inner work. Something is happening in your physical body too. Where there was sluggishness, there is now fire. Where pain once lingered, peace is settling in. You're being infused with energy that doesn't come from a pill or a potion. It's heaven sent. This power is not a reward you earn by being perfect. It's a release God gives because you trusted Him in imperfect circumstances. You've spent years trying to patch wounds and hold yourself together with faith. And now God says, "Let me do the healing." What was tired is awakening. What was wounded is mending. What was aging is being renewed. This is restoration, not as the world gives, but as only the Creator can give. You'll begin to notice it. Your reflection will show it. The way you speak will shift. The way you move will change. That's because this isn't surface level. It's transformation that reaches the cellular level of your spirit. But healing is only half the story. You're not just being renewed for yourself. You're being equipped to reflect the power that flows through you. Miracles don't follow the ordinary. They follow the obedient. And you've been obedient in the unseen. Now, what's about to flow through your hands, your words, your actions, will astonish even those who wrote you off. You'll witness changes around you that can't be explained. People will feel different in your presence. Rooms will shift when you enter. That's not ego, that's assignment. You're not performing, you're releasing. And the source behind that release is divine. But hear this clearly. The power being stirred in you isn't for show. It's sacred. Handle it with humility and certainty. Heaven trusts you with this because you were faithful when no one saw you. This is not emotional hype. It's a spiritual handoff. And it comes after seasons of sowing, where no one clapped. When others gave up, you kept showing up. That's why this next level belongs to you. It's not favoritism, it's fulfillment. The kind of blessing you're about to experience isn't loud, it's layered. It doesn't scream attention, it speaks confirmation. Your name has been in circulation, in places your feet haven't even touched yet. Doors are being unlocked before you even knock. Not because of effort, but because of alignment. You didn't manipulate this, you matured into it. And now comes the release, not just of resources, but of revelation. You'll begin to understand why every storm came, why every closed door had to slam, why every no was a redirection and not a rejection. The clarity you prayed for is here. The peace you've longed for is now your atmosphere. And the path ahead, it's no longer blurry, it's bold, it's defined. Let this be your reminder. You don't have to beg for what you're built for. You don't have to shrink to fit spaces God never called you to. You've been elevated in silence, but now you will walk in it publicly. This is not your reward. It's your reveal. The version of you that's been hidden is finally stepping forward. And the world is about to see what heaven already celebrated. You've walked through more than most could carry and still kept your spirit open. That speaks volumes about the level of preparation you've been undergoing. Not in public, but in the unseen places where only heaven was watching. That kind of resilience is not ordinary. It's a sign that what's coming into your life isn't random. It's tailored, designed for a heart that stayed soft in the storm and faithful in the silence. And now, a shift begins with a simple instruction. Clear the internal clutter. Lay down the anger you never speak about. Release the grudges you've been justifying. Silence the noise of second-guessing that's been looping in your head for far too long. Not because it's noble to let go, but because what's on its way can't fit into a heart that's already full of what no longer serves you. There's a table being set for you, but you must walk in as someone ready to sit, not someone still begging to be seen. This isn't a season for begging. It's a season for receiving. But to receive the kind of blessing that reshapes your atmosphere, you must be tuned in, grateful, not anxious, expectant, not entitled, humbled, not hesitant. This divine upgrade coming to your life is not limited to peace of mind or temporary relief. It's a full spectrum shift, spiritual clarity, relational renewal, creative fire, and yes, provision that changes how you live. But hear this clearly. What you receive must pass through the filter of your integrity. If your hands are open only to grab, not to give, you'll miss what was meant to multiply through you. Tonight, you don't just inherit tools for your own breakthrough. You receive keys to unlock others. That's how divine favor works. It doesn't stop at you. It flows through you. And the moment you realize the weight of that, you'll steward your elevation with a sacred awareness. Because yes, you're being trusted with something eternal. This empowerment you're stepping into is not decorative, it's functional. You'll speak and see it manifest. You'll pray and see things change. You'll walk into rooms and feel the temperature shift. Not because you're special in the eyes of man, but because you're surrendered in the eyes of God. And to the ones who laughed at your slow process, to those who counted you out, don't look back to spite them. Look ahead to surpass them. Vindication isn't about proving anything. It's about walking into everything you were promised. While they watch what grace can do with someone they underestimated, you've been elevated in silence. Now, you'll be seen in power. And not the kind of power that seeks applause. The kind that carries weight. The kind that heals. The kind that speaks life into dead spaces. You're not here to settle. You're not here to explain. You're here to rise, to shine, to show the undeniable hand of God on a life that refused to fold under pressure. So prepare yourself, not with performance, but with purity. Sweep your mind clean of distractions. Lighten your soul of old fears. Because you're not just being blessed, you're being positioned. And this time, nothing will be the same. There's a certain sacred discipline required before elevation shows up at your door. And whether you feel it or not, you're standing right at the edge of a shift that only obedience can unlock. This isn't the moment to dabble in distractions or let old habits blur your clarity. You're in a spiritual greenhouse now, and what you allow into your space either nurtures or chokes the blessing that's about to break ground. Think of it like tuning an instrument before a symphony. Your energy must be in harmony with the frequency of the blessing. That means purifying your space, decluttering your thoughts, and aligning your body with intention. It's not about superstition. It's about readiness. Your spirit knows what's coming, and it's calling you to rise in how you carry yourself, how you think, and what you allow in your atmosphere. This isn't about image. It's about alignment. Show up with a heart wide open and a mindset already grateful. That posture alone becomes a magnet for the miraculous. Because what's being released into your life isn't casual, it's catalytic. It doesn't show up to decorate, it shows up to change things. The kind of turnaround you're walking into doesn't care about logic. It's not coming in increments, it's coming in waves. Finances shift, relationships realign, health restores, and what people called impossible, it now looks like your testimony in motion. Let others scoff, let them doubt. What's happening in your life isn't for validation, it's for demonstration, because the divine has a way of showing off through the ones who refuse to give up. And that's exactly who you are. You're not just being elevated, you're being anointed for impact. And yes, there will be whispers, there will be watchers, But when heaven decides it's your time, no one can vote against it. So rise without hesitation. Speak without apology. Move like you know the door didn't open by accident. This isn't about achieving milestones. It's about witnessing a divine collision between preparation and promise. Stay in position. Keep your soul clean. Protect your peace like it's gold. Because the next breath you take could be the one where it all begins. You are not waiting for the miracle anymore. You are walking right into it. Now is the moment to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. With a donation of $100 or more, you can actively participate in His divine mission and contribute to His greater plan. Every offering you make reflects the boundless generosity of God, and I trust it will return to you abundantly, far exceeding your hopes. Always remember, His protection and blessing accompany your every step and every act of giving. You are a vital part of His sacred design. You are strong and radiant, steadfast like His mighty rock. Experience God's miracles. Feel the rewards of your generosity deep within your soul, and shine your light with boldness and faith. May you be richly blessed, and may the light of the Lord continually guide your journey. You've been underestimated, overlooked, and talked down to. They rolled their eyes when you spoke about your calling. They whispered behind your back, waiting for you to fold. But what they didn't see, what they could never measure, was the power of the one who stands behind you. And now, the page turns. This is not about revenge. This is about recognition. What once looked like delay was God's setup for a moment like this. The ridicule becomes irrelevant when the results start speaking louder than their doubts. The one they dismissed is now the one they can't ignore. Every time you cried in silence, every time you held on when quitting seemed easier, heaven recorded it all. Now the author of your story lifts the curtain and reveals the purpose behind every painful chapter. You weren't being punished, you were being positioned. This isn't just a gift being handed to you. It's an announcement. You are being confirmed, commissioned, and equipped to step into territory you once only dreamed of. The strength you carry wasn't learned in comfort. It was forged in fire. And now, you rise, not as a victim of circumstance, but as a vessel of purpose. The transformation isn't coming, it's here, and you are the evidence. You are walking proof that endurance is never wasted, that obedience pays off, that grace multiplies in dark places. Doors are opening that have no explanation but divine intervention. Relationships are realigning. Purpose is pulling you into spaces where your name was spoken before you ever arrived. This is not a coincidence. It's convergence. The force behind you now clears the path ahead of you. And as you step into this shift, don't look back for approval. They didn't believe when you were building. Don't expect them to understand now that it's complete. This moment is not about proving anyone wrong. It's about proving God right. What's falling into place now has your fingerprints and His signature all over it. He is not just blessing you, He's establishing you. You're no longer asking, waiting, or doubting. You're declaring, receiving, and walking with the kind of confidence only heaven can authorize. The power to change your life is not out there. It's been activated inside you. It's not about trying to make it happen anymore. It's about stewarding what's already unfolding. The timeline has shifted, the harvest has arrived, and the one they counted out is now the one walking in multiplied favor. Get ready to do what they said you couldn't, to go where you were told you wouldn't, because you didn't just survive the process, you were reshaped by it. And what's been hidden is now undeniable. You've stepped into divine timing. Every ounce of effort you poured into the unseen is producing fruit that can't be ignored. And while they watch in wonder, you move with clarity. This isn't pride, it's alignment. It's not arrogance, it's assignment. From this moment forward, you walk differently, speak differently, lead differently, because you're no longer trying to become who you're meant to be. You are becoming. And for those still watching, still doubting, still waiting for you to fall, let them. They're about to witness what it looks like when a life aligns with divine will. The reward isn't the applause. The reward is the release. And you're standing right in the center of it. This is the rise. This is the reckoning. This is the confirmation. And it's only the beginning.